Where would I be without you? Maybe they know me without you. Where would I be without you? Maybe I cannot see without you. Where would they be without you? So many will not be without you. Where would they be without you? The whole world needed to see you. Besides, thank you for your work, thank you for your time, and keeping me away from the enemy. It could have been a me. Where did I lose my life? And you have to speak my eulogy. So much you do for we. We know say that you work hard. You have so many battle scars, so many burdens for your heart. So many say they love you from the start, then they come and stab you in the back. We appreciate you. Where will I be without you? Maybe they know me without you. Where would I be without you? Maybe I cannot see without you. Where would they be without you? So many will not be without you. Where would they be without you? The whole world needed to see you. We need the woman there with the dignity. Papa, we need the woman there with the dignity. Papa, we need the woman there with the dignity. The woman when I give away her body for free. Not the dollars or no property. Dignity, dignity. We need the woman there with the dignity. The woman when I give away her body for free. Not the dollars or no property. Dignity, dignity. We need the woman there with the dignity. Papa, we need the woman there with the dignity. Papa, we need the woman there with the dignity. The woman when I give away her body for free. Not the dollars or no property. Dignity, dignity. We need the woman there with the dignity. The woman when I give away her body for free. Not the dollars or no property. Dignity, dignity. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for a final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know for less. A devil tester, evil tester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangster, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Think this song may be good. Maybe. Let me turn this on. Let me see. Oui. On s'y arrive. Let's see if I get my echo. Okay, good. Back. So good day, everyone that may see this video. I have no clue who will, but here we go. Talking about Trump today. Mexicans going home. Ibrahim Traore, our new friend in Burkina Faso. And then the stolen gold that the United States stole from everywhere. I'm gonna look that up. You know, should have had it already looked up, but we're gonna do some stuff a little bit live, just live, just a little bit live, yeah. I got myself a gun, got So Fort Knox, gold, Ibrahim Traore, latest, let me see, latest. Today, let's see. Okay. There you go. Who is it? Mexican.
Mexican deportations. Sucks to be there today. Sucks to be a Mexican. Yeah, it's not funny, but you know, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, it's kind of, you know, janky a little bit. It's kind of janky, but we getting into the issues of political upheaval and foolery. Kanaja, what's going on? Yeah, what's good, man? How you like that? How you like that? Kanaja. bet, using it. Good to see you, man. I was just thinking about you the other day. Yeah. But to showcase some stuff today, man. But to showcase some little pieces I got going on. Had to take some time and, you know, go back to figure some things out. There's some life issues going on, but man, who cares? Nobody cares, man. We got to get some things done out here. We need some leadership out here. We need some guidance and thing out here. We need all kind of stuff. So yeah. Firstly, let's look up Elon Musk with this whole Doge thing. You know, people talking about Elon Musk, but he doing a good job. The man is working for free. He a billionaire. How you going to pay this guy? How you going to pay him? You can't pay this man. You will never pay him. Pay him what per hour? $1 million an hour? 600,000 an hour? What you got? You got nothing. You got nothing. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna start this video back over. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna check out this video about the gold that was stolen and unaccounted for. Lord, look at me restarting the show. Restarting the show like a goofy. All right, here we go. How about now? Alright, bet. Hope y'all can hear that. Video had no sound. Lord. What's going on? Desktop audio. Hold on. Little baby's creeping in here. Lord. This is what happens when you end up single parenting and junk. Trying to do a live and little babies with their little juice and junk. Yeah, what's up? Punch it. Can you still hear the sound? Microphone good or not? Lord. Hold on, let me try another video real quick then. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. We're gonna see desktop audio, desktop. Okay, what the hell? Jack boys, Jack ass. Should be good now. Okay, should be good now.
Robots are advancing rapidly, learning new skills, starting to work autonomously, and approaching mass production. There's incredible potential from giving people back their mobility to autonomously assembling habitats on the Moon or Mars. This robot dog from China has a lot of impressive tricks and technology. It costs much less than the top US robot dog, and China has shown off its other skills.
Right,
President Xi plans to take over Taiwan to mean war with the US, and both sides are racing to build huge.
Well, let's look at this too, because we need this right here.
Has partnered with the Pentagon and the defense firm behind all this. OpenAI 01 has tried to escape during testing and lied to cover its tracks. It's widely predicted behavior, a rational reaction to the forces at play. And OpenAI o3 has taken things further. Many experts warn that the AI race is a race to extinction, but the US government points to China, its huge military buildup, and the decisive power of AI. China has a huge advantage in its production capacity. In Ukraine, 80% of casualties are caused by artillery fire. And Russia's greater supply of shells has helped it to advance. The billets are heated to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit before being stretched into shape. A rotary forge shapes the cannon, and fuses are added on the battlefield. Volume is crucial. When Ukraine was firing 10,000 shells per day, it suffered around 300 casualties per day. But when the fire rate fell by half, casualties rose to over 1,000 a day. Russia has been firing 3 times more shells than Ukraine, but NATO's shells are typically more advanced and accurate. China is likely to have both advanced shells and vast production capacity. In Ukraine, drones are responsible for 65% of destroyed tanks, so the US and China are mass producing them. But China has a huge advantage. It makes 90% of the world's consumer drones. This US Abrams tank was destroyed by 2 $500 drones. One disabled its tracks, and the second drone hit the ammo bay in the back. The men escaped because the tank was designed to protect them from this kind of strike. China calls these robots wolves because they work together in a pack. The lead robot gathers data and searches for targets, another carries supplies and ammo, and others carry weapons. The US also has new autonomous submarines like the Manta Ray, and this is the largest autonomous ship. It can carry people or operate as a platform for missiles, torpedoes, and drones. It's fast at up to 40 knots, with a maximum payload of 500 tons, and it can operate autonomously for 30 days. With thousands of drones of all kinds facing a high-paced, complex battle, AI systems will help to plan and coordinate attacks. Wargaming suggests that the US would likely win an initial battle, at a huge cost in lives on both.
Now, we see China over here. This is the Philippines, Japan, US. Okay. I don't think it's the Philippines. But either way, maybe I got it wrong. But either way, here's China. There is a lot that we have to think about when as a group we don't really have anything going for ourselves, you know, on our own. We can take some notes from China. So we can take some notes from China. Remember 30 years ago? You know, 30 years ago? No, I would say 40 years ago. I don't know how old some of you are out here. But about 40 years ago, people would make jokes about everything being made in China was trash. And I'd say maybe 10 years after that, stuff started to get significantly better. And then, over time, when jobs were sent over there for companies like Sony, major industries in the United States, computer industry, digital, technological creations type things, was sent to China, outsourcing. Took away a lot of American jobs and sent them to Mexico and China. And that's where China got its industrial boom from. They started to industrialize in a more heavy sense. And when they did that, they got a lot more traction in the world stage. But where they really started to benefit was when they started to require people hand over a portion of their intellectual properties. Like when Apple started to bring their iPhones to China to be made, they require Apple hand over some of the intellectual properties. The methodologies behind the circuitry, behind things, how they were made, and they were not so much assemblers, but more like from nothing digitizers and creators. Like you're taking it from, oh, we got a box of parts right here, we're just going to assemble it for America, to, no, we're on the computer designing the circuit, you know, in CAD, or in the circuit analysis programs that they have. They went from assembling things for everybody to actually creating things, and that's where they got most of their industrial power from. But now, since Trump, well, Biden before had limited China's ability to make their IC chips, because I think we had a chip shortage in 2023, 22, and for a good long while we were having shortages of integrated circuits to be made. So China suffered a little bit, but after they were banned from having United States chips being sent to them, they started to make their own infrastructure in creating their own chips. And the machines you need to make those are called lithography machines, and those are able to zoom in thousands upon thousands of times on a silicon wafer and create chemical traces that would make a circuit you apply power to, and they create the processors from those silicon wafers. But Russia has developed their own lithography. China has now developed their own lithography machines, and now they are surpassing the United States. Yeah, the United States is high, but China is now neck and neck. Is it a absolute neck and neck? No, but it's pretty close. Pretty close. See, how China would beat us is more so. Let me turn this. How China would beat us is more so like they have more manpower. They have more discipline. They have more discipline. You know, they got more going on. People are lazy over here. It's too much cheating, too much playing around, too much goofery and foolery. So we're not so much on the top as we used to be, and now we're starting to feel that. But China, they're doing their thing technologically, and we need to get there too. I think we can manage that. We can take some notes from China, I think. Like Trump will say, China. I cannot do good Trump impersonations. He's a cool dude, but you know, China. But yeah, we need to take some notes on China. As much information as we have in this country, the backstories and the knowledge of how things work behind the scenes. We black people, we are pretty much the bases behind how things function behind the scenes. Kinda just says Intel is building a chip factory here in Columbus, Ohio. See? But Intel has been suffering a little bit. Yeah, they've been good all this long time, but now you got AMD. AMD started to succeed and get stronger. You know, they had that chip that the processor they called the Ryzen. By AMD Ryzen processor, and that's been rivaling the Intel processors back and forth since like what 2016, 17, and now they have these built-in AI components to the processors. That's only making it better. Yeah. this chip war and this resources war is really offsetting everything. Anything technological that uses any of these resources like gold, bauxite, silver, what's the cobalt? All of those things from Africa. Real G4 Live TV, what's going on, bro? Real G4 Live TV, what's going on, bro? All of these things are being offset. All of these things are being offset. Let me see. Let me go back. Go back up here. Let me see.
A new wave of speculation has taken over social media.
Let me see. Doge. Gold. Yellow one. Musk. Okay, here we go. We can try this one. Okay, here we go. We can try this one. Bummer.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna try this one. Yeah, we're gonna try this one.
So this morning to talk about going for the gold, Elon Musk and Doge setting their sights on the country's largest gold reserve, Fort Knox in Kentucky, as its own senator reveals that $425 billion of a gold supply doesn't even get a yearly review. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul joins us now. So, Senator, I didn't know it was that much money there, and I was even more surprised that there's been no review.
Well, you know, I've been trying to go down and see the gold, make sure it's all there for about 10 years. During the first Trump administration, I got permission. You have to get permission all the way up to the Secretary of Treasury. And then the Secretary of Treasury said, well, I want to go down there too. And then he said, I want to go down there when the eclipse is coming through Kentucky too, so I can see the eclipse and the gold at the same time. But they came when I wasn't there. So I tried for 10 years. I set up the appointment, and then because they wanted to see the eclipse, they changed the appointment. I didn't get to go down. But the Secretary of Treasury and the senior senator from Kentucky did go down and attest that they believe they saw the gold down there.
So what do you think the problem is?
You know, I think some of them may not think it needs to be audited all the time, but I think the more sunlight, the better, more transparency, the better. Yeah. And also it brings attention to the fact that gold still has value, and implicitly, not explicitly, but implicitly, gold still gives value to the dollar. Yeah. That's why we don't get rid of it. You know, we've got it, the IMF has it, the World Bank has it. Most of the central banks around the world have gold, and it's an implicit trust that the dollar still has some backing.
So, Senator, I want to switch gears with you. I want to talk about, since we're talking about money, the GOP budget resolution that is apparently in jeopardy over concern from the moderates as well as Democrats about the budget. Talk about it. I mean, you are your father's son, and so I know you've had these objections to it. What are they now?
Well, this year the deficit's going to be $2.2 trillion. In March, both parties will come back and probably spend $300 billion more in California for wildfires, and it will be borrowed, not paid for. We just spent another $100 billion in North Carolina. It never seems to end, and we don't borrow it. So what I would say is for border, if you want money for the border, take it from somewhere else in the budget, but let's don't have a new spending bill. So this budget is setting up a new spending bill, and ultimately this year there'll be a $2.2 trillion, and people will be scratching their heads saying, what about all the cuts? What about all the things? The Doge committee, Elon Musk has found billions of dollars. The way you save money, and it has to be done, is they send it back to Congress in something called a rescission package, and then we vote on it with a simple majority. So Republicans alone can cut the spending that Doge is finding, but they're doing a great job, and they're going through it with rapidity, but it's got to come back to Congress. If I started seeing that, I might be more inclined to go along with them.
I'm almost out of time, but I got to quickly ask you, why aren't you in the room? Because, as I've said, you haven't changed your position. You're still reasonable, though. You understand you're not going to get everything. I believe your support of a bill would get some of the folks in the House. You'll get Chip Roy, you'll get Thomas Masse's support if you were involved in the negotiation. So I think Thune has been doing a fairly good job compared to McConnell, but why haven't you been involved with the negotiation?
I've told the negotiators from the very beginning, if they want my vote, they have to talk to me about the numbers. They have to be believable numbers, and we have to adhere to them. If the numbers in the budget resolution will be adhered to by the Appropriations Committee, I could be inclined to support the budget. But so far, I've seen no indication. For example, there's $1 trillion difference between the budget document and what we're going to spend this year. So it becomes a fiction. And if it's not honest accounting and they're not honestly going to do it, I don't want to vote for a rubber stamp that actually leads to increased spending.
I think that's fair. Hopefully they bring you in, because I think some good can be done. Senator, thanks so much for giving us some time this morning.
No, we know the United States has long been off the gold standard. I think it was 1933 when we left it. Let me see. Gold standard. And 1971. Okay. President Richard M. Nixon announced that the United States would no longer redeem currency for gold. This was the final step in abandoning the gold standard. When did it happen the first time? The gold standard was first adopted in the United Kingdom, 1821. Let me see. U.S. United States used the bimetallic standard of a gold and silver blend, from 1792 to 1834, when it began transitioning to a gold standard. The gold standard became official in 1900 with the Gold Standard Act. So here we go with that. 1933. Okay, the gold standard in the U.S. says the U.S. gold standard operated until 1933, when President Franklin D. Roosevelt confiscated all previously held gold from 1933 to 1971. The U.S. was on the quasi-gold standard. And what's really has been the true reason for getting away from the gold standard? Well, gold always keeps its value. Okay? Always. Gold will always keep its value. You cannot, and if your dollars and your little currencies are based on the gold that, comes from in the ground, and it always has the same value, then that means you can't play with the value of the money, which means you cannot do what these small hats are doing, called inflation. So this is the reason why the gold standard went away. And people are now looking back at this whole Fort Knox situation with Elon Musk and the government has kind of a telltale sign because they're saying that the gold reserve in Fort Knox was not even audited since 1971 to 75. That's insane. Kind of insane. Let's see. It says U.S. government. Get out of here. It says U.S. government lost seven Fort Knox gold audit reports. How convenient. How freaking convenient. Because every year the gold in Fort Knox is audited by checking the official joint seals that were placed on all vault compartments during the continuing audits of U.S.-owned gold from 1974 until 1986, when allegedly 97% of the deep storage gold was inspected. However, a Freedom of Information Act request I have submitted in order to obtain all audit reports could not be honored because those reports are missing. How convenient. Now, what they're saying is there's $425 billion worth of gold possibly unaccounted for, and possibly not even in Fort Knox anymore because it was low-key sold by the government to individuals in other countries, not the United States. How treacherous is that? But everybody wants to hate on Trump and Elon Musk. Do I agree with a lot of stuff that goes on? Nah, but we have to realize all of this stuff is part of the act. They're all the same, okay? They're all the same. They're all on the same team. They're all the same. They're all on the same team. We gotta recognize that. We gotta realize that. We gotta recognize that. We gotta realize that. Gotta realize that. We need to do stuff for our own. We need to do stuff for our own. Now we got Burkina Faso over here. Now we got Burkina Faso over here. With Ibrahim Traore. And let's see, Burkina Faso, Burkina. Faso. Calling Black Americans. Let's see.
Well, in my opinion, and this is Dr. Umar speaking, in my opinion, so far from what I see, I support the Burkina Faso direction. I like what I'm seeing from the alliance of the Sahel states. Of course, I'm watching closely because I want to make sure, and I do have confidence in those brothers, Ibrahim Traore and the others, to make sure that their agenda for independence in the Sahel is not preempted by Russian interests or preempted by Chinese interests or preempted by any other interest. So I'm hoping that they can become what the African Union should have been. And I don't think that that direction, it represents a contradiction to what we need to be focusing on as African people, as it relates to what's happening in Israel and as it relates to what's happening in Ukraine. I don't see anything wrong with we as African people having compassion and concern for what happens for other groups. But I do have a problem when African people show more concern and compassion for what happens to the Palestinians than what happens to the Haitians. I have an issue when we show more compassion to what's happening to the Ukrainians than what is happening to our brothers and sisters in Ethiopia and in the Congo. Charity starts at home, and we need to first take care of African people before we start looking to help people who are not African, who have never stood up and fought for African people. African people should always come first.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, kings and queens. That is Dr. Umar Aifatunde, a Pan-Africanist from the United States of America, showing his support to Burkina Faso's election under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore. But before moving too far, let us give you this news from Burkina Faso, that Burkina Faso and Iran has signed nuclear cooperation agreement. All of us, we know that Burkina Faso has untapped uranium, so Burkina Faso wants to create nuclear power plant to produce enough electricity to power industries in Burkina Faso. So this is what right now Burkina Faso is doing. So and of course Burkina Faso has become the game changer, and the way Burkina Faso is doing things is a wake-up call to African countries. And to prove that, after Burkina Faso nationalized her two major gold mines, and also Niger taking the same step to control gold and uranium in Niger. So Niger is formed national gold company to control gold, and also formed the national uranium company to control uranium, to make sure that the uranium and gold must be under the control of the government of Niger. So the same Burkina Faso did. So you can see that Burkina Faso's election is a wake-up call for Africa. So, you know, from what you heard from Dr. Umar,
Lord. So much noise in the background. What the crap, man? Basically, Burkina Faso has been taking back their resources from France. What's up, Marvelous? What's up, Marvelous? What's going on? Trying to get these numbers back, man. Yeah, but Burkina Faso has been taking back their resources from France. All of their uranium, all of their gold, all the minerals that France was stealing up out of there, and you know, sprinkling them percents of pennies on the thousands of dollars they were taking per share of the minerals they were stealing. They've been taking those back. France has been kicked out. And France has been kicked out. All the other nations have been kicked out. And they are building their own infrastructure. They're building their own factories. They are building their own just all the own infrastructure. Factories, laboratories, refineries, all of that stuff. They're rebuilding on their own. And this is where we need to take note. What they're doing over there, we need to do over here in whatever ways we can. Make our little money and link up with them. I plan to do that. Burkina Faso, as well as the other nations that are following Burkina Faso, they're on the rise, and it would be wise to invest in, you know, their rise, because if they rise, we can rise. Yeah, we from here and all. but we all look the same, and we in the same boat. So if they were able to finally start waking up and shaking themselves loose from the shackles of colonization and oppression over there, we can do it over here too. We can do it over here too. We can. Ibrahim Traore, he has had numerous attempts on his life. Why? Because the Caucasian infrastructure does not like when black people take their power back. They don't like that. We are supposed to be their eternal stepping stools to help them keep power. To help them keep power. And for them to have power over us. For them to have power over us infinitely. And nah. Nah. Not gonna work. Not going to work. You know. I want for us. What I want for us is us to have a technological boom over here, where we start creating things like we used to, but we section ourselves off like we were before, and we are protecting our interests and our creations and our neighborhoods and things that we create. That's what I want. That's what I want for us. That's what I want for us. That is what I want. That is what I want. And I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I totally do. But I got a couple of creations. One of them is the Yohi language. I created this 24 years ago. 24 years ago. I created that. And it is for us as black people to have our language back. And be able to communicate, count, write things, do things, be artistic, make calculations in our own language and thoughts. Like Chinese have their language, they can communicate and think, and theorize in their language, in their heads, in their own thoughts. Because your thoughts are not your own if they're not in your language. So I created this about 24 years ago. And it's for us. And this chart that you see, that's a multiplication table. Okay, I don't know how well you all can see that. But that is a multiplication table. Once you learn the numbers, you'll be able to see how it goes and it multiplies and whatever. But the whole goal is to separate ourselves from the idea of the ABC, the Romanization characters. Because we're not Romans. We're more complicated than that. So I wanted us to have a high degree of sophistication, since most of the complicated languages in the world were created by black people. Hebrew is black, Arabic is black, Russian was created by a black person. Okay. Chinese people and Koreans and Japanese, they all started out as black people, and you see how complex the languages are. We're kind of geniuses. So I want us to get back to, that. Those are the numbers. Those are the numbers. That's not the actual original language. This is the computer language. It's called Coco Chung. But we have that available. For those who want to learn. I'm going to be posting lessons for it on my website once I get it up. And all the supporting creations, posters, learning tools. Just like school. When you have your teachers coming together buying learning posters and ABC posters, and you can go over it with your kids and recite the characters, do sight reading, sounding things out, putting sounds together, learning tones, because it's a tonal language like Mandarin. So hold on. Okay. Let me pull this up so I can show you what's going on. Mexicans going home. Some say they must be. Oh no. Go back to Mexico. Do your crime over there. Okay. There you go. So these are the computer characters that you write on the computer. Okay. You write these on the computer. This is called Coco Chong Jabe. Class or learning. That's just the name of it. Chong. That's just the name of it. Coco. That's me. So Coco Chong Jabe consonants. Here's the names of them. You got Kaja, Zu, Chaku, Tse, Adu, Zaj, Ngo, Dad, that's the number sign. Kaku, Fuf, Cha, Bob, Shish, Zizi, Wow, Titi, Jej, Popo, Nan, Mam, Lala, Goop, Sauce, Rari, Yaya. This is a question, kind of like a question particle. This is Dobu. Dobu. It's like you double. Like look up here. Let me show you. You see? That's Dobu. You see? That's Dobu. It's right there. So it's right there. So what this means is whatever in front of it, you say it twice. So k o k o koko. That's what Dobu. That's what that means. And we got he. Okay. So all of this, question particle, exclamation, question, dash, short pause. There's that. We're gonna put the. Where's the other ones? Okay. And we got the vowels. Vowel sound, okay? Coco Coco, chong, jabe, vowels. We got ana, and these are tone based. Okay, so this is a, and ana, u, ufu, ye, oji, o, udu, ish, ifi, ogo, o. Okay, so every dot is for one tone. So this without the tone dot, okay, it's just a. When you add, like in pinyin, I don't know if any of you know anything about pinyin Chinese, but when you add the one dot, it gives you the upward tone, like a. Add the second dot is a. Third, a, upward. And the fourth is a, going downward. So a. And it's the same thing. And it's the same thing with the u, the the o, the u, the u, and o. O is alone. Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, it's a lot. But I got it first. I got it first. I got it first. I got it first. This is what you do. This is what you do. When you want your own, you create it. Okay? That's what you do. This is what you do. This is what you do. Nobody can tell you. Black people don't have their own language. Black people don't have their own language. Okay? We got it. We got it. We just need to learn it. It's not for everybody. Those of us that will. It's not for everybody. But for those of us that will. But for those of us that will. This will be super significant. Okay. This will be super significant. This will be extremely significant. This will be extremely significant. Okay. So I created this very long ago. Very long ago. It has many parts. It is extremely intricate. And I think this once it starts to hit and things start being created in it and people recognize it and we see the many uses of it, it'll start to mean a lot to us. It'll start to mean a lot to us. I think it will. I really do. I really do. Take a pause real quick, man. Take a pause real quick, man. Like
Big
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, everybody. Let me know how you like what's going on, man. Got to get used to being inside and not pre-recording my videos. So I might start doing a couple pre-recorded videos so I could just talk on whatever it is that I know, like I used to. But new things. New things. Yeah. Well, thank you all. I'm gonna get on out of here. Go see about my kid. And I'll talk to you all next time. Be safe. Stay dangerous.
Where would I be without you? Maybe they know me without you. Where would I be without you? Maybe I cannot see without you. Where would they be without you? So many would not be without you. Where would they be without you? The whole world needed to see you. Besides, thank you for your work, thank you for your time, and keeping me away from the enemy. It could have been a me where did I lose me life, and you have to speak my eulogy. So much you do for we know say that you work hard. You have so many battle scars, so many burdens from your heart. So many say they love you from the start, then they come and stab you in the back. We appreciate you. Where would I be without you? Maybe they know me without you. Where would I be without you? Maybe I cannot see without you. Where would they be without you? So many would not be without you. Where would they be without you? The whole world needed to see you. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on the ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast, sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for a final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for less. A devil tester, evil tester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. society. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangster, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forget.